10,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
So welcome to another match from Dash League Network. Today we've got HHI versus Sky. They're fighting for third place. Joined in the booth, I have Percent,
What's up, guys?
and of course
Should be a
myself.
damn good matchup here.
Yeah, it should be. This, I mean, it's not what it all comes down to, but it's almost that, right? I mean, these are two amazing teams.
It's a big matchup, and I mean, I'm excited to see it. Like after watching what Sky was able to do with Life, and then of course HHI has been a team around since the very beginning, and they keep on adding new talent. Servoid's one of those guys. Early on, I guess a lot of people don't even know this, but he used to refuse to be on a team, absolutely refused.
Really?
And he wanted to be a pub player, didn't see the point, didn't see the fun in it. He also rejected HH. We tried to get him on the clan, wouldn't do that. And eventually, Fourth Horseman got to him, got him to join 9V, got him to join Bruh, and he's enjoyed the league ever since. Now he's with HHI. That's a big, a big help, big stone for them in their Infinity Gauntlet. And with Stonebread, Mr. V, Mr. Soap, Oliver, and Servoid, that's a strong lineup against arguably Sky's top lineup. So we're going to see a good matchup here.
Just move this map up real quick.
If I go absolutely deaf, I apologize. My headset is dead. It's plugged in.
Oh, that's fine. I totally get it.
Life happens. But here we go. We're getting set up. And they chose Abyss as the first map. I didn't expect to see it a lot in the finals, but here we go.
Let's make that map there.
Is there any way to turn on the option to see who we're following?
Yeah, we can do that.
Ten,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
There we go.
All right, right now HHI off to a pretty good pace. They want to hit this little bend right here with 4 minutes. Some good disruption up front. Ooh.
I can't get it without having it overlay on top of Hyperdash.
I gotcha. So I think right now we're following... Nope, it was on Soap. They showed us for a split second. Cart's sort of cruising to that bend, man. They're on excellent pace right here. I would say a full 30 seconds ahead of your typical even pace. Sky's going to need to make up a lot of ground on this little ledge here, which is going to be pretty tough when you consider how far they've made it in such a little time.
Yeah, but
4 minutes, 23 seconds.
Definitely fully stopped now.
Yeah, if they can hold this off another 20, 30 seconds, then that'll be excellent. It is tough. It's tough to know how to slow a cart down on the way to these big chokeholds, and that's where teams have to get creative. So right now we see Rockets already popping up. Great shot with the Rockets, getting that kill on cart. Another kill right there. This is, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. They're getting a great stop here. So they've actually completely made up all the time they lost in the beginning all in this corner, which doesn't bode terribly well for HHI, because if Sky really understands the nuances of holding this corner, that could be the death of them, and they may not make the checkpoint. Right now, 3 minutes 43 seconds. They need to get that cart up this ramp. They need to at least get it moving up this ramp ASAP. Rocket's up though, which means they need to send disruption up to take care of it. And there we go. That might have been Mr. V, based on the loadout, taking out rockets. Bit of a peekers off the cart. Good strat. So Sky is sending pretty heavy disruption here. Oh, unable to get that pick. He's probably. Yeah, I don't know. There we go. We're back. Okay, I can see. Yeah, hanging out in this little health area. Yeah. This is some strong disruption, and that may be a very big part of the success of this portion. We're only halfway up the ramp, 2.5 minutes left. Not looking excellent to make checkpoint. They have to get rid of this disruption, and they have to get that cart up that hill like ASAP. Once they get up the hill, they're going to need a full team clear. The good thing is, on this map, a team clear can net you so much cart movement because of how far the spawn is from the actual checkpoint.
Absolutely.
I think it's of any map, this is the most difficult to get from the midpoint spawn all the way back to the checkpoint. So once you get that clear, you can get incredible movement, and we've seen it happen before. Even right now, like they're way behind, right? But right here, if they can maintain this, they can get all the way to the checkpoint right now with, oh my god, look at these picks off the cart. Excellent job right here, using the shield, getting to the right of the shield to get those picks, getting back under cover, not getting taken out. And you know there's definitely some ping disadvantages between these two teams where they're having to, like, you know, deal with peekers and getting killed behind where they thought they were. So lots of issues to contend with, and the guy who does it better is going to win this map. Man, good pick right there. I don't know who we're following, but he was able to get that pick on Mr. V despite the shield. Just took the head out. That's exactly what you want to do when you see a bit of head on the shield user. Some SMG popping up. Gets taken out. SMG is great for sight lines. Difficult to get 2 SMGs up at this portion of the map, so you're not going to see it too often. There is one SMG back there, but we don't oftentimes see someone take the 10 seconds it takes to sit there and get 2 of them. And man, here we go. So they made checkpoint. Incredible. After watching Sky stall them for so long at the bottom of that hill, it really looked like very bleak for HHI. But again, this mid spawn for defense is so far from that checkpoint. Once you get a team wipe, if you can maintain that control, like obviously like HHI was able to do, you're gonna cruise right through. And man, they did a great job. So actually back on pace now. They could even finish this map. The end of this map is probably the most difficult portion of any map to push through, just because how open it is and how many explosives are available. It is just incredible. I mean, you can really stop any team. Any team, I would say, could stop any team.
Spawn into like it's all long range, right? Like you can't. There's no like instant on top of anything. You walk out and probably you're getting shot at already.
Absolutely. So we'll see how both teams contend with that. Obviously, Sky's going to want to pull up a lot of explosives. Great way to maintain the cart, because it's so hard. I mean, you do have to get in and suppress explosives if you want to move the cart at all. Yep. And if there's more than one of them, that just becomes really monumental feat.
Well, so here's a question for you. Like with what just happened, you've got a team that's being slowed down. It doesn't look like they're going to hit checkpoint, and then they somehow make checkpoint. Do you find that that's a demoralizer for the offensive team, for the Blue?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, that's a motivator, right? You got to get up and get back in the fight and kind of fix this. Like on my team, if someone makes checkpoint, you'll see it. You'll see the motivation. We all just push in and then hold the shit out of that cart. You know what I mean? Like you absolutely want to get in there and just like they're doing right now. I mean, this is a stopping point that you don't often see people hold anyone at. Only a handful of teams have created this type of chokehold that we're seeing Sky use, and Sky also had that really strong hold at the bottom of the hill. They obviously have some unique ideas. They need to put it together at all portions of the map. I think another issue may have been that they weren't really grouping on defense, so they were trickling back to the cart, and then HHI had full control of it, which allowed them to just sort of fight these 1v3s and win them against any Sky players who tried to push up. Obviously, rockets here are going to be monumental. You can use all that cover and still curve it over the top. Getting taken out is going to be significant. HHI can get a good movement again. Man, some good dashing there, good kill, using cover well. And they're just eating up that dash over and over again. Right now, honestly, if I'm HHI, I'm going to try to stop sending people through the flank tunnel, and we're going to sort of group up and get to the car together, clear it out before worrying about taking anyone up front out, because they have had such a strong hold on this cart for a while. So I've got a white border blocking my screen here. I don't know if that's on the cast or not.
Oh man, it's not supposed to be.
There we go.
It's supposed to be in the
May not have been on the
preview
cast.
video. No, I don't think it was. Oh, it wasn't, because I was previewing.
Good deal, good deal. And you can see they're being very protective right here of these rockets, hiding in the back. We got that border back up. There we go.
Yeah, it's not on the cast though. Just bear with me.
Cool. Good deal, good deal. Okay, so I mean, right here, it's going to be really crucial to maintain these health pickups. Whichever team can control them will do a lot more, you know, in the way of staying alive, obviously, but also preventing players from healthing up after getting one. It's a big, big fight. They have 2 health pickups, one here, one on the other side of the cart right there. Right here, though, he's very vulnerable. As long as HHI is calling out his positioning, someone could easily pop out and peekers him, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Sorry,
But
I know
man,
that
great
this
run on those rockets. And we do see some cart movement again. Very slow movement through here, but they're getting movement. Again, right now, HHI needs to sort of do a big, strong group up and get rockets out, get some forward pressure.
There we go.
I'm seeing a little bit of disjointed pushing right now from HHI. Oh, nice headshot there against the shield again. And there we go with the rockets. So HHI can get movement, and they are. 2 minutes left is not a large amount of time.
No.
Like I said, right now it's so much easier for them to get back in the fight. They leave spawn and they're there. They're right, you know, right at the checkpoint. I mean, at the goal. So I mean, and they've got rockets, they've got dash pickups, they've got shocks, they've got sight lines, they've got SMGs, they've got every tool in the book to be able to stop a team from getting it all the way to 100%, except for a health. So that's the one balancing factor in here is there's no health pickups. Then again, if you die, you've got 5 seconds and you're right back in the fight.
Yep.
So as long as you're not all getting wiped together, it's pretty nice to be able to hold that point off. Oh, look at them rockets from behind. He doesn't see them. Able to take them out clean. Minute 30 seconds left.
Still.
The good news is HHI made it through checkpoint, and that's like 90% of the battle on this map, because if you could pre-checkpoint, it doesn't matter how far you got. Then again, they're going to want to get it all the way up to this last little hill. At the very minimum, they want to get it up right there, right where we just passed.
Yeah, get under that little overpass.
Whoa, what a curve on that rocket.
That was
Killing
pretty
2
smooth.
people with a singular curve right around the shield. That was excellent. Nice job. He is low on health, though, and they see him, they peek him, they take him out. Great job by HHI. Looks like they got the clear. They need to get the hell on cart. I mean, there's too many people here sort of holding back. Trade there, and the cart's wide open. Someone should be getting on it. There we go. We got a shield on the cart. It was Mr. V. They cleared him out. There are rockets up, so now, of course, it's really risky to be back on cart. HHI has to prioritize rockets right now. This rocket tier is very good. I can't even tell who it is, but man, he's curving it right around onto that cart, landing it excellently every time. Oftentimes you'll see that a team understands the importance of a rocketeer, and sometimes the person they choose to use the rockets isn't landing all their shots. And so essentially you're just removing one player from your team. I mean, that's just the reality of this game. If you're not landing all of your rockets, then it's really best to let someone else do it, or maybe just get rid of rockets from the game and put in some pistols or something, or position yourself so that you don't have to curve it to make the cart.
Red team.
Something to practice in pubs, though. Rockets are one thing that you don't have to practice against a high-level player because you just have to learn the mechanics of the turn. And there we go. Stopped at 78%. Very good result for Sky, considering they allowed them to make checkpoint.
Fantastic.
You know, if you're gonna allow a checkpoint, this is a great spot to hold them to because it's achievable as all hell. The question is, does Sky make checkpoint? And honestly, I can't answer that question. I'm very curious to see what kind of pushing they do, how HHI is able to hold them off, and if HHI is able to hold them off. I mean,
we're going to get a good idea of what's going to happen here within the first 30 seconds. I'd say if Sky's able to come out and start dictating movement on the initial part of the map, then I think we're going to see him go far.
Go.
Yeah, I mean, very well could be, and so this is gonna. You're absolutely right. This is gonna be very crucial, holding them back as long as possible here. But and when it comes down to it, the last 2 minutes are the biggest factor. You can't let your team get wiped. That's it. I mean, that's the simplest, most important aspect of it. If your team gets wiped, they're probably gonna make checkpoints. So it's all gonna come down to just that. Like, can we prevent ourselves from getting wiped at the same time? And there's a little bit of patience and nuance involved in that. Wow, these are excellent shocks. Whoever this is just pounding the cart on some great movement. They do take him out, but obviously good hold there. Whoever this guy is, he's also awesome. Just went around, cleared out some of the enemies, able to push up. And Sky seems to be holding off this area extremely well. So I mean, they could tear through. I don't know that I would send two people on cart right there, and that's kind of why they were able to take them both out from behind. But we do have movement again. And they're double stacking again. If they can get away with it, awesome to them. They'll get extra time. Oh, nice headshot there. Double kill. On a 3-kill streak right now. And finally, a rocket takes cart out. Sky already had someone back there ready to jump on cart. He was taken out as well. But look, a third person popping up. Oh, and he's taken out. Shit, you know what? HHI is starting to do it a little bit. Look at this. I mean, this pacing is way slower than the pacing HHI had. Then again, we'll see if they can do the same type of hold at the bottom of this hill. Because that's what it's going to come down to. Sort of an important fight there. Soap getting taken out is going to allow them to continue to push here to this corner. And they're making it with, you know, the average 4-minute time. Obviously, this is the point where Sky started to step up and held them off and probably, delayed them a full 30 seconds from here. So regardless of the pacing of this cart, what really matters is can HHI set up and prevent themselves from getting team wiped. That's going to make the entire difference of whether they make checkpoint or not. I mean, it could be 2 minutes left right here. If they team wipe them, there's still a strong chance of making checkpoint. Oh shit! He didn't even know he got the kill. He went back like, oh shit, I should go kill that guy. Already dead. Probably let some charge shots go and wipe them. And they're on sort of a strong pace up this hill. HHI has to get a foothold here. Gonna need some of the same level of rockets we saw earlier. With Mr. V there and Soap there, we know they can do it. They definitely have the rocket talent.
Well, I hate the situation that this guy's in right now. You've pushed and you're like waiting, and nobody's coming.
Oh, nice kill there. HHI is doing a damn good job holding him off. Again, 2.5 minutes is excellent for HHI, but it's not like the dead end for Sky. Sky could come in here, get a full team clear, and make this checkpoint. So up until the last 10 seconds, it's going to be impossible to say who's making checkpoint or not, which is one of the fun parts of this map. On Canyon, if you're this close with this little time or so, we can always say like, oh, they're not going to make it. Even Launchpad, it's pretty close to be able to say that. Of course, team wipes do happen, but on this map, a team wipe is just so much more impactful at this stage that it can absolutely flip everything on its head. So nothing's over until the bell rings on this map, which is one of the really cool, neat features of this checkpoint. Great curves on the rockets right there. They do take them out. That's very key. And as we're seeing it, Sky is starting to get that clear, and they're going to start pushing in. Once they round that corner, the shield starts facing the checkpoint. It becomes that much harder to stop the cart's movement, and they could cruise all the way through right here if HHI can't get in and get that full stop. And it's going to be really tough to get that full stop. Great rocket there. He's able to take the cart down. They've got to get set up. They are starting to get set up. They cannot afford to get another team wipe that will send the other team through checkpoint. They're really going to have to create that stronghold here. And at this stage, they're going to have to start prioritizing keeping themselves alive more than killing the other team. And that's it. I mean, it's a numbers game here more than anything else. You have to maintain the numbers in this area.
I definitely think that's a difference between like some of the newer players and more of the seasoned, is when you start realizing that although you know, deaths don't really count against you too much on the points, but they definitely do for if you're looking for the win.
Right here, I mean, you're right. A KD doesn't matter, of course. If I'm on offense, there are so many things I'm willing to do, like sacrifice myself against a Rocketeer just to get rockets down. And then on defense, you can be risky at certain parts where it doesn't really matter, like you know, the very beginning and whatnot. But right here, a wipe just sends the team through, and this is what's happening. So we're seeing a checkpoint right there. There it goes. And that's one of the cool parts of this map. It's like next to impossible. But back when they had the shock pickup, you could just come out of spawn, grab the shock, and spam the cart. It was a very low skill but easy way to completely halt the movement of that cart. And so devs made the wise choice to replace that SMG, to replace that shock pickup with an SMG. And what it's done is it's made this checkpoint a lot harder to hold on defense, and it's made it a little bit more balanced in every way. Well, again, it wasn't like high level meta that we're losing here, right? We're just losing the ability to pick up a shock and shoot it straight forward.
Blow people up. Yep.
Exactly. So I really applaud the devs on that one. I mean, we were seeing teams, checkpoint teams, just on that alone. Just in pubs too. In pubs, you would see you'd see a level 20 pick up a shock and just hang back 30 feet and shoot the cart, and that's all it took. As soon as they died, they came out of spawn, grabbed the shock, and repeated. So I'm really happy about that move. It makes this a lot more strat based, and it's not like nearly as easy to hold that off, which makes for a more fun, exciting map. All right, but right now that Sky's through, they are like, you know, fairly behind, like I'd say a minute of what initially HHI was, but HHI got held up here so much, and they're already at the bend. They basically haven't been stopped since they made checkpoint, which is huge. Right now they're cruising through on an amazingly strong pace to be able to win this map. I'm saying, you know, right now Sky is looking like the favorite to win. And look at this. I mean, HHI was stopped for a significant portion of time here. They weren't grouping up thoroughly. They were doing a lot of disruption. They were getting the kills, but at the same time, the cart was halted. So right now, we're seeing them do the opposite, where they're really focusing cart. A little bit of disruption here, just to suppress rockets, but they're keeping the cart moving, and they're doing a great job of it.
Ooh, good cart clear.
I'm gonna guess this is Mr. V with the sniper and the rocket.
That's a fair bet.
Although it could be Stonebread, I wouldn't rule him out. One of the OG snipers, along with Mr. V. It's crazy. You got like the old school snipers like Mr. V and of course Stonebread and Wolf back in the day, and then you've got the new school like Czar Lewin, IJB type snipers who grab two and just totally changed the game. But even them, they've really dropped it in favor of pistols recently.
Yeah, Czar Lewin's an incredible player. I've played with him a few times out in the pubs. He usually just rocks me right out the gate.
Strong player. I mean, like I said, the double sniper meta was awesome, but both of them have really dropped it in favor of the double pistols. You're gonna see at the dasher tier level less and less with snipers, just because the reload time's so long, the time between shots is so long, and it just, you can do pretty much all the same things with pistols that you can with a sniper and more.
Well, so there's a question. You're obviously a seasoned player. Would you agree with the statement that the pistols are the best gun in the game?
Unquestionably, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Why not? I would say they're the. Let me rephrase. And you probably, if you go back, there's like several interviews where I've answered this question, but I'll restate. Basically, the pistols aren't the best at any one task. What the pistols are is they're the best overall gun because they're like the jack of all trades, master of none. They can do everything pretty damn well. They can snipe pretty well. They can do close range pretty well. They can take on multiple people at one time pretty well. You've got the charge shot function, which gives you even more flexibility as to what they can do. And so I would not call them the best at any specific thing. They're, I'd rather a shotgun for a 1v1, right?
Oh,
And I would
absolutely.
rather an explosive to clear the cart. And for a really, really long sightline, I'd rather the SMGs. But for being an overall weapon that I can do more than one function with, give me the pistols. And that's why, to me at least, they're the best weapon. That said, when you're playing in a team environment, you definitely want to have more diversity with your weapons. So if we're setting up on defense and we want to hold a sight line, I want my players grabbing SMGs, and I want someone on rockets because we need those explosives. And here we go. We've got a minute 50 seconds left. We're inches away from this checkpoint. We're seeing lots of great weapon use here. But again, I mean, yes, to me the pistols are the best weapon. If all 5 of my players had to use the same weapon, it would be the pistols. But we don't have to do that. We'd like to use some more diverse weapons, especially in the early portions of the map. It's really great to grab some of those great 1v1 weapons like a shotgun or a Staples.
Sorry
And we're
to cut
getting
you
so
off.
close
This
here.
is this-
No,
it's a
you're right.
nail
You're
biter,
right.
you
We
know?
got to focus on this. And we've seen some really cool shock movement there. Getting really damn close now. HHI's got a monumental task if they're going to hold off that.
I don't keeping multiple people on at the same time. It's dicey.
Multiple people is too much of a risk. I mean, they're going to come in with a rocket or a shock and they just completely clear that cart. You definitely
1
don't
minute,
want to
looks
put
like they're
too many
probably
people
gonna
on.
get this.
And here we go. It's
Boom,
getting
there it
close.
goes.
Oh man. Oh, okay. They've got the league mutator on, so they don't
Even-
have to do that for
yeah.
finals, but they chose to. So yeah, there it is. There it is. Sky wins this map. They've got 50 seconds to just prove what they can. No technical reason to have to keep going, but they've got the mutator loaded up, so they're gonna keep fighting this out.
So we had this.
But great job to
discussion,
Sky.
When Supernova was getting in the playoffs, if you don't need to use the league mutator mode, but you do, is that just a way to like kind of crush the morale of the other team as you're pushing in?
I don't think either team here is going to feel crushed. They both made checkpoint. They're actually going to be in pretty similar positions. I mean, yes, this says 6% difference, but like, come on, the difference between 6% here and a different portion of the map seems vastly,
Well, no, but
vastly
in playoffs,
exaggerated.
MMR doesn't matter. This is a win.
Right.
Sky.
This is a win. So for now, if anything, this is probably hurting both teams just having to utilize extra energy
Yeah,
to play this portion of the map out. So no, I wouldn't say this hurts anyone's morale. If anything, HHI knowing that they're able to stop him here, despite the amount of time they had left, it's pretty good. Like, think about it. They only made that little bend
That's true.
with the last 2 minutes. So, I mean, and both teams have to feel okay about this. Obviously, you don't want to lose the map, but HHI did not drastically lose that map in any significant fashion. And now they get to go into their stronger map, which is Dom. So they're going to be hoping to take that Dom map and then get the momentum to go forward. Right now, obviously, down a map, you do have to have a little bit of unease. There's never a time, though, where either team's going to feel totally comfortable unless it's an absolute crush. And then you have to worry about getting maybe a bit too cocky. So everything balances itself out in the end.
So while we're here, I'm gonna fix some things. I thought. Oh well. Thought I was trying to get those name tags back. Damn. Just be. Hold on. So if I did that right, we should actually have the players' names on the screen when we're following them now. You still there? Percent? Well,
Have I died? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
where did
I'm
he
like,
go?
oh no, did my headset die again? Yeah, I told you. I'm sitting here charging it, trying to make it
That'll
work.
happen. Happens to the best of us.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, hit the spacebar. Let's see if we got it working. Oh no,
wait.
still
No.
don't see it.
Get me out of here. There we go.
Okay, so they've brought in Whoopsie, awesome, awesome waterway player, been around since the very beginning too, and Mr. Soap's back. Yeah, good job. Okay, so I was worried when Mr. Soap dropped out. I'm like, what? He's like one of the top players. So good to see him back in. And I don't believe that Sky intends to make any changes personnel-wise. This is their top lineup in my opinion, so it makes sense for them to roll with it. Guy has to be very proud with what they did on that map, though. I mean, think about it. They're a brand new team last season, and to come in here and they've proven so much in these playoffs already, beating Life, and now they're really looking on pace to win against HHI. So I mean, excellent season on their end. I'm curious if Will with Cake fixed his internet. I'd seen him in pubs recently playing as bad Wi-Fi, and oh my god, what an accurate name that was. Okay, looks like we've got Stonebread dropping out. Hopefully just a water break or something. I've seen him go on these 25 kill streaks on this map, and that's a huge impact. Dude's nuts with that sniper. Wait till you see it. I mean, he'll do I think it's like sniper with his left hand, and then he uses pistol with his right hand. I've seen him run out of bullets with the sniper, and then just headshot someone with a charged headshot with his right hand first hit. Like, what? You don't even need snipers, dude. Just use those charged headshots. Everyone's kind of game playing it up. Stonebread back in the map. Good deal there. They do have like 10 minutes between maps, and oftentimes we'll see teams take the time to plan things out. You know, and I've said this before, but I'll reiterate. To me, you know, you really need to have your strats solidified way before you go into a game. And even if that means like going in the morning of or something and just hashing it all out before the game starts, that's important. Right now, the discussion should really be who's taking what dash pickup, who's hitting what button. Just simple things like that, just like the last minute touches. Your overall strat should be something that you've ingrained all throughout the season, off season, scrimmages, practices. And I'll say the same thing for scrimmages. Like too often you'll see a team start a scrimmage and it's like, oh, let's play a scrimmage at 4 o'clock. And they all show up, and then at 4 o'clock, the one team's like, all right, we need 10 minutes to talk. Like,
Well, I mean,
well, no.
You know, with a scrimmage, I disagree. I think a scrimmage is a time to really try and kind of edit what you've got. You know, it's a time to mold it a little bit finer. Maybe you know that you need to work on waterway more, so you're going to do that. So you want to try a new strat out, or maybe adjust it slightly. I think that's the time
so
to
like,
do it, because if not, then
you got a
man,
4 o'clock. You got a 4 o'clock scrimmage. You show up at 3:50. You talk for 10 minutes. The other team shows up. You're ready to go. They're ready to go. You start the scrimmage.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't show up like at the time and just be
I
like,
see
all
what
right,
you're saying. Yeah,
all right, we need 10 minutes to talk. You guys just hang tight. Then again, half the scrimmages I play in, it's like takes 10 minutes to get all 5 players in, so no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. When somebody can't show up because they're staying late at work.
It happens, man. This is you know, real world. People
There's
have
a
real
real
world requirements. Yeah, you know, ever since Corona's like sort of eased up, people become more busy, man. It's tough. It's tough to get everyone together anymore.
That's true.
And you've seen a lot of turnover on these teams. A lot of people who just don't have the time for the game anymore that they used to, and it's a real shame. But we've also seen a lot of people joining the league and some new stars appear. Like Man with a Perm.
Oh gosh.
I don't recall him last season, but man, he is a beast.
He
He's a
came out of
monster.
nowhere.
Really felt like he did. Strong player. I forget his old name. It was like Water Soaker or something. But,
Oh, is that who that is? Super
yeah,
Soaker?
yeah. So he changed his name to Man with a Perm, and a lot of people say it's the best name in the game.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I just opened up the chat. I see discussion that Dark Ghost is missing. Man, that is a good point. That is a great point. Dark Ghost is one of the stronger players. I think he was someone I may have even voted for All Stars. Like, just overall good dude. Very, very high amount of interactions per minute if you check the stats. Also pretty high points per minute. Dude's a very important piece of this team, and he's missing today, which obviously does have an impact for HHI as a whole. But HHI is really strong players. Not a single player in their lineup is new right now. They've all been playing this game for a while. Hey, we're kind of tucked in the corner here. Any way to drop it on?
What?
I'm seeing a quick countdown by Sky, and countered, thankfully. Double counter there. They've got both bases, but they don't have B.
There we go.
And here we go, countdown from HHI, reversal. They do get in there and counter it. They counter 2 buttons at once. Another countdown, but we're going to see a counter here. So some great pacing already. Neither team is being shy. No one's hiding in their base too much. Everyone's going at it and attacking it. Another countdown here. Gets taken out. And another countdown already. If he can win this fight, hold the button. This could do
That's
it.
gonna be a point.
Oh! HHI takes the first point. Excellent job there. So, I mean, man, both teams just going full out. HHI got the wipe, and that gave them the point. Right out the gate, look at this. Like, I mean, the most kills on the map is 5, which is Servoid. Like I said earlier, total beast. Absolute great player, and he's making his impact known right now on this map. Oh, nice headshot there. Man, they're fired up, dude. I'm hoping we get to see this control point here. This is like already an excellent map. Doesn't see him there at all.
The Sky taking back B.
Yeah, not only that, but they're being a little base heavy. A little bit. HHI hasn't actually gotten their own base yet. This is giving me vibes, vibes old strat vibes. they would just push out with 5 players, and this was Fathead's original team back in the day, or actually not original, second team. They would push out with 5 players, go get the other base. Whoever died was responsible for coming back and getting their own button. And I wonder if that's kind of what they were going for that time. It's an interesting strat, but it definitely costs some points. Like, it absolutely does. Unquestionably, there are times where if you just had your own damn base, you would have scored.
Yeah.
So, you don't see it too often anymore. But back in the day, you know, I mean, this is a map of aggression, and it always has been. Quarry is too. Doms are always going to come out like that. There's, like, very, very little strat you can actually do. I mean there's only so much. Yeah, and look, he's over at the button, gonna get that kill. Ooh, shit! This could be a point.
That was almost it.
Oh, so close. They freed everyone up now, so we're gonna end that run there. But man, you're right, that was really close. Guys been sort of on their heels this entire map. HHI coming out just running and gunning.
Maybe that's part of the plan. Lure them in.
Yeah. Let's just like get 78% on payload and then just
They'll never see it
completely
coming.
completely crush them on Dom, and then we'll take him to control point and win that too.
Well, how funny would that be if your team's strategy was just to make it to control point?
I mean, some teams are really strong on control point. It's not a map that you see every team strategizing on or practicing on. So when it comes out, it could be a huge difference maker. In previous seasons, we saw control point being such a huge important factor, yet teams never practiced it.
So here's one for you. Do you see a place for ball in Dash League?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's a fun, silly map, but no. Look, if the ball shooting mechanics and passing mechanics and everything were like super refined, I would still say no, but I could see it as its own standalone competition.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is this
Wow.
Stonebread? Just, oh my god.
Is that a...
So he's picked up on the IJB Czar Lewin meta here, and it is working for him. Golly.
Dude, he's just standing like a badass there. Just like out in the open, just popping people down.
I mean, I don't even know how he's looking through these snipers. They're like above his head. Oh shit! Can he get it? Oh, so close! Picked off the rail. Great dashing into the basement.
Blue
They do see him. They take him out.
Red takes lead.
So we got a quick first point, but here we are, almost 5 full minutes in, and we haven't seen another point yet.
It's pretty much stalemated now.
Lead.
We'll battle at the bottom of B here between Mr. V and whoever this is.
Red takes lead.
Oh, there's the shield, but he gets the headshot, and that's really the best way to take care of the shield users.
Or the feed.
You don't see a ton of shield users at this level because it's so damn hard to use. It's not what you see, it's what's on the server sees
I
when
like
it comes
that
to the shield.
It has found its place though. You know, for a while I feel like nobody touched the shield because it was assumed it was worthless.
Blue counter.
I mean, Mr. V's always been a shield user, like, since the very beginning. We always joke that they should definitely make a robot called, like, Mr. V with just a shield sniper loadout.
I
Because
convinced
it's
some
so
kids in a pub
iconic.
match once that you could actually bash people with the shield, so they had them running around trying to hit people with the shield.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. In a game like this, I really think that any sort of melee would, like, be broken as all hell. You know, just thinking about, like, post dashes and whatnot, I can't
Oh my
really
God.
fathom how awful it would be to get bashed in the head with a shield and see a guy 30 feet away from you and just trying to understand what the hell happened to you.
Well, imagine how devastating a dash could be at that point.
Absolutely, that's a good point too. Right, if you're able to hit while dashing, that would be super broken. You just dash through people and break them.
Everybody's just dying constantly.
Red team.
Like,
Yeah, we'd
and
see a
he's-
lot more shields.
yeah,
And here we go, another countdown. Stonebread up here trying to take out the other button. Countdown going again. He's gonna try and pick off anyone countering at C, which is tough to do from this distance. You do have to be predictive and kind of just like shoot bullets where you expect heads to show up. He's taking
Oh,
a lot of
looks like
heavy
he's
fire. Needs to
down.
go for health. Oh, and they do pick him off cross map. I swear this pistol sniper was trained by Odd. He has a very similar gun hold, so I think it's a safe bet. But we'll see. Oh my God!
Oh, and that's gonna
Countdown
be a
here,
point
and
for
there's only 2
Sky.
players alive, and there we go. Sky finally answering with their first point, and it's 1-1. Anybody's game. 2 players alive for HHI, both snipers, both unable to get to the button and counter, and that might be part of the problem with Mr. V's shield there. You've got to get in there and get that clear so you can get the button. That's so much harder to do with half the killing power when you've got 1 shield in your hand. I mean, it's great for holding them off, but when you actually have to get the kill to be able to counter that button, that's going to be a hindrance. It's definitely going to be a hindrance. You'd almost better be jumping up, grabbing that rocket, shooting the button. Here we go. Quick countdown. Oh shit, countered there. 2 button counter.
you guys,
But
if
man,
you're following us
Sky
on
is
YouTube
turning it
right
up.
now, give us a like. I see 22 viewers.
Yeah, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Make
Do
sure
it.
that you hit the bell so that you can see every Dash League game too. I mean, we've got a whole list of playoff games ready to go. I should say finals games and third place games to go. You don't want to miss out on any of those. They're all going to be super exciting. Oh shit! Did you see that headshot? Excellent.
Fantastic. Wow.
He's taking fire. He does have the shield. Honestly, I'd love to see Mr. V try out the double snipers, and see what he can make happen with it. Just double that killing power a little bit.
Red takes lead.
You know, one thing that's changed drastically in the last season is the bounce shot. You used to be able to get full damage no matter how many times the bounces happened. Like,
Oh,
you
have
could
they
get
changed
5
that?
bounces and still get a full kill. Now there's damage drop off for each bounce that we see. So in previous seasons, you would see people just spamming bounce shots into these bases from across the map. And you would get these wonky kills where it's like 5 bounces and then boom, hits you from behind while you're trying to get a dash pickup and kill you. And we've seen that change quite a bit now. There's a lot more safety knowing that there's a very low chance for a random bounce to kill you.
Well, and I definitely like the other addition where they moved the spawn line back a little bit, so they made it so you can't shoot out of it.
Great maneuver, great maneuver. I really love that too. There is that little spot you can hide in too. It's really fun. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Some good changes in this map, and honestly, even if they weren't necessarily strictly good, here we go. Countdown gets countered. Even if they weren't strictly great changes, seeing any changes is great for keeping the meta fresh, especially when they change up pickups and whatnot on different maps. Always something I like to see. Once things become a little stale and everyone gets
Nope,
the same
Sky
meta
has
on
it-
every map.
has it one.
Oh shit!
And
Yeah, there's
boom.
4 players alive though. They've really 3 players alive, and there it is. They get a point with 4 players alive during the initial countdown.
Fantastic.
Whoopsie arriving just a half a second too late to counter.
Sky really came out to play
Match
today.
point.
I'm just gonna.
I
go
mean,
and say that.
they're just absolutely turned up the aggression to 11 right now on this map. They started off. You saw HHI just really dominating, and now it's like the script is flipping. HHI turned it up to 11. I'm sorry, Sky's turned it up to 11. HHI trying to play catch up. They've really got to get their aggression levels up so they can match this.
Ooh.
Right now,
Oh,
Stonebread
wow.
riding main rail, looking
That
for a
was
headshot.
awesome.
Oh!
Scores 3.
And look at
Oh.
this. So Stonebread, who'd spent most of this map in his own
HHI
base,
has it
gets
on-
into the
has a
enemy base,
countdown.
gets their button. HHI does have a countdown. He's got to win this fight. And there it is. He counters right at the last second, getting that pick. Super crucial. Goo gets a drop kill.
That was a 2-point
That was
swing,
pretty
too.
pretty fancy. Pretty fancy.
Blue
Sky's
team
got another
countered.
counter. They're going to be saved.
Red takes A. Blue
Ooh,
takes C.
so close, so close.
Red takes B.
Yep, we're a full 10 minutes into this map here. 2 points to Sky, 1 point to HHI. Still anybody's game. HHI does have to make some adjustments so they can deal with the adjustments that Sky has just made. And here we go back to this odd Leviathan
Oh,
style
Sky's got another- ooh.
pistol sniper. Oh shit, he saw that pick and he took it.
This is definitely one of those maps where it doesn't start out being a sweating match,
Blue takes
but by,
B.
I'd say
Red
about
takes B.
10 minutes left, you're
Blue
starting to
takes
feel the fact
B.
that you've been in this game for 20 minutes.
Oh, it's crazy, man. It absolutely is. Some of the most intense pubs are always had on this map. More than Quarry, because Quarry, once you die, it takes so much time just
Yeah,
dashing
just
into
to
a
get
fight
anywhere.
again.
Blue takes
In this one, you leave the
You're
you
there.
leave the base and you're in a fight,
Sometimes you don't
and
even
even
have
if
to
you're
leave the
not, you
base.
can see. Yeah, I mean, you got long range fights, close range fights, medium range fights. This map has it all. A lot of people have compared it, like just in quality of map, to Dust 2, suggesting it's one of the greatest maps ever designed on any game.
Whoa.
And I don't totally disagree. I don't totally disagree. I mean, at this stage in the game's life cycle, I think a lot of people have felt like, oh, well, I've played this map so many times. But yeah, because it's so damn fun, you know?
Yeah, no, it has the, there's something about the play, what is it? The replay value here
Countered.
that is absolutely incredible.
Unquestioned, like I
Oh,
said,
HHI
it has a
got
lot to
counter.
do with... Oh, shit, they do counter, but there's another countdown. HHI looking to maintain.
Yeah,
Can they get it?
2-point swing.
Oh, counter in their own base, and there's the double counter now. But yeah, I mean, it has it all. Like I said, close range, long range, medium range. It's got places to cover, places to dash, all sorts of excitement, high ground. Snipers can be used here. The only thing missing is SMGs, and I think a lot of people are appreciative of that
Another
fact.
countdown.
Guy does get a countdown, but HHI able
Another
to
one.
counter it right away.
Countered.
Oh shit, this might do it. This might do it. There's only 3 left.
No, they didn't have, they lost A.
Oh, they lost. Okay, good job. Good job by them to recover from that. That was getting real close.
Yeah, that
And
was
we've
like
seen
5
a lot of the
quicklies.
points scored from Sky happening while HHI has
Ooh, a 3-point
2,
swing.
3, multiple 4 players up. And here we go, countdown. They counter at C. Another countdown though.
Ooh,
Red team.
dang.
Can they hold it? They counter at
is what
C
it's all
again.
about.
Sky is really coming up with some clutch plays right now to prevent them from getting this, even out score. Obviously, they're really looking to win this match. They want to prove themselves, and man, they're doing a great job so far.
Blue takes B.
I don't know how he gets away with that. Every time I try what he just did, I fall in the water somehow, post-water death.
Yep, been
Countdown by Sky. He does counter at B, but again, he's got half the killing power right now. He really needs to get into the Sky button, get that going. There we go, countdown. He can hold this button off with the shield if he
2,
sticks it through.
1.
They do take him out though, and oh my
saved
goodness,
at the
a
very
reverse
last moment.
countdown. And then finally HHI countering in their own base. Man, that was crazy to see HHI get a countdown. Sky counter all 3 buttons and almost win the game. Wild. And that does happen
And
though,
another
because in order to
countdown.
get the countdown, you have to extend your team out. And this could do it.
And that's
Only
gonna be
Mr. V
it.
alive. And there it is. There it is. Sky takes the win. 3 to
third
1.
place.
Great job. And yep, you're right. And they take 3rd place overall in this tier. So amazing job by Sky showing up today. They really turned it up. HHI, strong as ever, but they were missing out on Dark Ghost, and I mean, this was Sky's day. So congrats to Sky, congrats to both teams, but Sky walking away with the 3rd place title. Excellent.
There's some scores for you.
Mr. Soap top scoring as expected. Gummy Bear and the other team top scoring.
Points wise, they're pretty even. Like that was.
Absolutely, yeah. If you look all the way across the board, everything's pretty even. KD's relatively even, points relatively even. Both teams played extremely well, and there were so many opportunities for each team to score. It's not like we saw one team dominating there. Even a score of 3-1, it was super close. Anyone could have won that. There were so many chances where it was like half a second away or even less from HHI scoring, and Sky able to pull off some very, very miracle clutch plays to save those points. And they did it, man. They took the victory with excellent style. So congrats to them.
Well, that was a fantastic game. So thank you for watching. If you're out on YouTube and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, you better. Like now. I'm Mr. Popular, and I was joined in the booth again by Percent. It's been fantastic. Commentating for the Sprinter tier 3rd place. It goes to Sky. Was there anything else? Am I missing anything?
No, man. Good stuff today, and great job on the cast. Thanks.
Aside from that first 10 minutes.
No, it's all good. This is a tough game to keep track of, and I think you did a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You crushed it as always.
Thanks, man. Thanks for everyone showing up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to show up for the rest of these playoff games, these finals, and we're going to see some really awesome stuff going forward, just like we saw today.